Hello.
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 How's it going?
What'd you say about second dick from behind?
I said I'm going to suck your dick from the back, Brett.
Oh, bad.
Well, he's already in the back, so I'm gonna have to solve it.
That is true. That is true. Welcome to nOg Irish Pubcast. This is Pod of the Nog. We have the average show, movie show for the month. How are y'all doing, guys?
We're doing great, Zach. How you doing?
Did you just say the average show movie show?
Mhm.
I will. No, it's the average Joe movie show, and he wrote it too.
Oh, there it is.
You
Wait,
bag of shit. Change that right now. We've been friends for how long?
Average
He's
show,
wearing
Forever.
the shirt. Show him your shirt, Drew.
Wait, what did he say?
average show, movie show.
It's my
Actually-
Asian accent popping in.
It's all good. Yeah, unlike Zach, I forgive you. So,
Thank you.
I'll never forgive you.
I'm so sorry.
Never forget.
That's in like 4 months.
so this, which episode is this for you?
I think number 8,
Number 8?
Yep.
So, no.
maybe 7 or 8.
Thanks for making us 8 on the list.
Indeed, right outside.
But you're not new to podcasting, though. You've done many podcasts in the past, I think. I saw in your bio.
Oh yeah, Pueblo's Independent Multimedia Podcast was my first one. It's a long name.
What was it again?
Pueblo's Independent Multimedia Podcast.
Does it have an acronym?
Yes,
Is it-
Pimp.
I like that they kept it multimedia, so you could make it anything. This one's about cassette tapes. Good job.
Thank you. Very
Yeah,
much.
you didn't pigeonhole yourself. It's great.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
Yeah, gonna have like a couple more live stream channels on my YouTube channel alone, from like pro wrestling to movies to music to comedy, just everything.
how do you feel the state of pro wrestling is right now? I would actually like to know.
I love it.
I mean, AEW is making some moves, man.
Absolutely. ROH. My show is called ROW, Raised on Wrestling.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Yep. So it's like NWO logo.
Yeah.
If
Right
they,
on, brother.
If they keep having women do splits on other women's faces,
Oh man,
I will get back into pro wrestling.
They definitely
so
got
fast.
viewers from that. 100% got viewers from that.
We-
Because I saw that clip. And I don't want
I know we have a pro wrestler in the audience, so Kevin.
Pro-am.
And a ref.
He's pro to me, and I'm the best there is. So
Damn, I fucked up getting out of wrestling. Finally, they start doing the kind of shit that I'd like to watch. That's a bummer.
that's a bummer, man.
I guess I get back into it.
So
Yeah, I interview fans and everything because like the thing that inspired that was having my previous guest last month, which was Buff Bagwell from WCW and the NWO. He was here last month.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
oh, wow.
Nice.
That's what
I
spun
definitely
it.
recognize that name, from the past.
He's the stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was actually just watching a movie. I listened to a soundtrack. It was Peanut Butter Falcon. You watched that movie?
Oh, that movie's so good.
It has Jake the Snake in it.
Oh,
Yeah, and Mick
Rest
Foley.
in peace.
Rest in peace with the mic. And Mick Foley. It's Shia LaBeouf stars in it. He's takes on this autistic kid, I think.
Mhm.
He kind of takes him under his wing and takes him where
he had Down syndrome.
Down syndrome. Thank you. So he had Down syndrome. He's trying to escape from this state home that he was in to visit his favorite wrestler, and it's kind of just a very wholesome, nothing really
It's a feel good story, man. It's such a great movie.
Oh yeah, and somebody who loves wrestling, you'll enjoy it.
There were quite a few pro wrestlers in that, I think, like that. There's
Yeah, I
probably
only-
not naming, I think.
Yeah, I only
Mick Foley,
recognize
by the
the
way, he's awesome.
Yeah, I only recognize 2 because I have very limited knowledge of
Yeah.
wrestling. But
Well, Mick Foley's the shit.
so
For sure. I met him. He was a nice guy. And I went to a Christina Ricci Q&A session at Spooky Empire one time I was there. Or it might have been Days of the Dead. But all of a sudden I heard a voice from to the peripheral behind me. And I was like, I know that fucking voice. I used to watch pro wrestling a lot when I was younger. And it was Mick Foley.
Just sitting
He's
there right
like,
behind you.
oh, hey, how you doing today? And I was like,
Holy shit.
and I turned around and it was Mick Foley just sitting there as like a fanboy in the audience, just like wanted to hear what Christina Ricci had to say. He had a couple questions for her.
Oh,
Pretty
hell
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
He actually does stand-up comedy now, and I know several people that have opened for him, and they say he's the nicest dude on the planet.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, Mick Foley.
Dolph Ziggler does
This was just
too.
glossed over, but Christina Ricci's a shit.
Yeah.
Big fan.
She actually does stand up now, and that's
Well, Chris was comedy, so.
Any person we didn't think about. Yeah, they do stand up now. Make Zach's comments relevant. So.
Sorry to bring a little fucking levity.
Speaking to the mic, please.
I'm getting drunk.
Oh.
Speaking of Spooky Empire, you all have like shows there all the time. Like, how did you get involved with Spooky Empire and the average Joe? Gotcha.
This guy had lots of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of money to
Matt's
waste.
really bad with his money.
Money and blood and sweat and tears.
Semen.
The
There were no tears. I enjoyed every second of it.
We try to.
That was
Matt, you got the real answer though. Give it.
Yeah.
Give him the real one because you have the best answer for this. I think.
I do.
For how we wound up at Spooky Empire, absolutely.
I just wanted the network, and Spooky Empire was just a place where a bunch of horror fans were at, of course, and
Best
we
place
just
to go.
kind of it was. I never seen like an actual podcast actually network there, so I was just like, let's try it out. And we had a booth one year right before the pandemic started, and it was amazing. We did it 3 times? Twice, yeah. So we did it once right before the pandemic. We were going to do it again.
Skip the
obviously-
COVID year.
Yeah, the COVID year, or the time lapse, whatever. And then we went back just this past October, and it was a lot.
PS5
We raffled off a PS5. We got a lot of networking. We met some other fellow podcasters, the Fear and Beer Pod, who they do out of Orlando, and they're actually motivated them to start getting their own thing going.
Nice.
So they're going to be at the June one.
Those guys are cool.
Yeah,
Have
those
you-
guys are really cool.
Have you seen Meet the Feebles?
I haven't.
Okay, so we had this little TV on our stand, and it was playing Meet the Feebles, and it's, if you don't know about it, it's a puppet movie, and there's a scene where puppets are having sex with each other, and people walked by, and they saw it, and they were stopped.
That was
And
Kids.
and kids, adults, they were covering faces. It was a big group of people recording the actual screen. It was nice.
what else did we play? Like Frankenhooker.
Frankenhooker, yeah.
Frankenhooker, right when
was
the
fun.
dude, I bought a shitty ass tape. It was halfway burned onto it.
Oh yeah, we got halfway through it. It just dies.
It's just like
Walking that went back to the table. It's like, oh, so about the other half of this movie.
oh, sorry, man.
We at least got to see the scene with all the hookers with all the titties
An explosion.
and that little kid that just stood there and just watched it.
Dude, the first year that still, I
Oh,
saw that.
yeah.
I was
Man.
just about to bring that up.
It's so good.
So that guy's really cool. Actually,
Reanimator.
Oh, yeah,
the
Yeah,
scene
you
of-
that was Reanimator.
Mhm.
The end part.
Yeah, right when the headless, or not headless, the severed head was about to eat out the female right before the climax of the movie.
It's called the
Not
head giving
female.
med scene.
Yeah, he was just sitting there with his mouth just like.
And his dad was just like, he's got to watch this eventually. So
Kids gotta grow up sometime.
The whole time. It was just that. It was just that. So we actually saw them that last year too, and they're great people. I was actually in line with them because another thing we were giving away was a signed NECA figure of Robert Englund.
Oh,
Where did I end up having them sign it? No running in the hallway.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger. Yeah, so that was really cool.
Pretty cool.
But yeah, it was more of a marketing ploy for us to get out there. We were doing live shows at the moment. We were kind of just like, well, let's expand even more. And we had a lot of fun. It's a lot of work too. It's a lot of money to do all that.
Oh yeah, James didn't win anything.
Sorry, James.
sorry, James.
Sorry,
He
man.
did win the bar raffle we did here though. The year we did the night.
9/11 did, yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
Like
Oh,
two
yeah.
times. You won
good
two,
job,
right?
James.
Good job, James.
2 thumbs, way up for you.
No PS5 for you, but you got a shirt.
You had this cotton thing. It was great.
Nice.
That was awesome.
I wear it.
Good man. Good man.
I like doing Spooky Empire though. We should definitely continue that.
That's a yearly
tradition.
thing, for
I've been
sure.
going there since 2006, since it used to be called Screamfest.
Yeah.
It was Spooky Empire presents Screamfest or whatever.
Oh, I didn't know
have
Spooky
artwork
Empire was a
from it
thing.
or whatever.
Right then.
But yeah, I always say like I'm kind of there in spirit because sometimes I get a little drunk for 3 days straight, and I tend to disappear and go off on adventures while I'm there. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had one moment where we freaking brought the cooler to the pool and we just sat there drinking beer.
Yeah, we got a picture of that.
Yep.
But I sent these guys all like a DM at one point. It was like Bilbo Baggins saying, "I'm going off on an adventure," and he's like jumping in the air or whatever. And I was like, "That's me at every Spooky Empire while you guys are working hard at the booth."
Yeah.
Like I haven't seen Drew in a few hours.
Yep.
Where do you go?
Yeah, but when I'm there, I'm into it.
Oh,
Matt grinds super hard, and he gets super sweaty and like works super hard. It's still work, but we try to find time to just have fun and just do stuff and drink a lot. So
Have you been to Spooky Empire a few times, or
Yeah.
sir?
Many times I have like my panel there. I did a one-man show and I did stand up there too. And,
oh, nice.
nice.
yeah, I just like get that I just put in that panel request. It's like my cheapest route.
I'll ask you at the end next.
Sure.
I like Spooky Empire because I get to not have to do anything.
Not
I
have
just
to
sit
pay.
at the booth. I don't have to pay any money. but I'm being paid for my services. Because they get to go get things signed. Just run the booth while they go do stuff.
Don't listen to him. Zach busts his ass.
He really does.
Zach gets a lot of shit done at Spooky Empire. He's like, these guys really love this stuff, and he's such a good guy. Let's just go off and do what we want.
He's like the momager.
We
He's the
we go off on our excursions, and he
I said that or jerk, but fuck you.
He makes everything clean, like
Yeah.
it's smooth.
I'll take momager actually.
Oh man, how did you all get together? How did you come up with the name and all that good stuff?
Oh man, that's 5 years ago. I was just like,
4 score.
5 years ago, I was just talking to. Got my sidetracked. So the podcast started with myself, Drew, and Mike, and we would just sit around and just talk movies for hours. And I'm just like, I know these things called podcasts. I never actually listened to any before even starting one. I was just like, this thing is apparently something. So, we'll try this out. And the name just kind of was, I don't even know what other name I was going to call it.
We're average. So, it's
Yeah.
kinda the easiest thing.
I always hear a bunch of people talking about, kind of dissecting movies and kind of being, just connoisseurs of film and cinema. And I was just like, I'm not really into that, and the conversations we have is more conceptualized in theory. And we don't really come from, any film background besides that we love film. So we were just kind of taking that layman's term approach. So that's why the Average Joe Movie Show got its name, because we were just average people with average jobs, just getting drunk and talking about movies. And that was the slogan for a while. It still kind of is. So, it's like anybody's like at Spooky Empire, you'd be like, hey, out. And I was sick of talking about it by day 3. So I was just like, 3 guys get drunk talking about movies. Here you go. You want a PS5?
We drink movies and we talk beer.
That's right. That's right.
Can
So
we make that a shirt? Why haven't we made that merch? What the fuck?
You're the shirt guy.
Zach, that's your
You do the
job.
shirts.
You know that, right? And occasionally on the show. Why did you
What was your question?
I was wondering why you haven't been on the show lately. But
Why do you have a sunburn that looks like you're gonna fucking die?
I'm glad someone asked it.
it looks better in the light, don't it? Don't it look better in the light?
It's just a birthmark.
James is like, don't put on the stage light without you're gonna be so hot up there. I'm like, yeah, Matt's gonna be real comfy.
I'm dying, but that's okay, man. I'm here.
Yeah. So he met me by me selling him something in this guitar suit.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah, and we became best friends.
Like your face.
Hey,
He knows how to play one.
Just
Hey, sound guy.
This mic is pretty
He
quiet.
just went. We just met with Titus.
It's all right here. This is a polar pattern right here.
Oh, it's a polar pattern.
It's not just one spot. But yeah, he was looking to start a podcast, and I worked at Guitar Center, and I sold him a bunch of stuff that doesn't work anymore. And we still work together.
I like the quote that you do. It's like, yeah, that stuff sucks. Thanks for selling it to me. I didn't think you'd become a friend after this. I just wanted to get your fucking.
Yeah, he just asked me for help like after the first day.
You did help him make his bonus that month, I think, though. So
Yes.
yeah, good job.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you. Real friends help friends make bonus.
Yeah.
So thank you.
So
That's why I buy my stuff from Sweetwater. I'm not sponsored, but you should. Give me some candy.
I respect Sweetwater.
Yeah.
I appreciate
Shane, how many times did you go unpaid via Matt Wallace? Being the official sound guy, how many times would you say?
Well, he's pretty good. He's pretty good about it, but there's been a couple times. But he's pretty good.
I know I've heard him a couple times be like, dude,
I'm
I'll
out
get
of
you next week.
money.
I'll get you next week.
Most people get $0 for anything podcast.
At the end of the day, like I feel like I'm creating something with friends.
Yeah.
So that's tremendous value, and I think that if we can grow and we can build together, then money will come. So that's why I'm
I
not
feel
so
like,
worried about it.
you said that to me instead of with me. If we can actually do things, then we grow.
Yeah.
No,
Good.
No, this is.
You guys should fight on camera. This.
All right. Help me move the table. Help me move the table.
I'll move the table.
Nope,
with
leave it
his
right there. I'm
back.
throwing him right through.
Dude, speaking of wrestling, did you see? Was that the Hardy Brothers that had that famous? He dropped from the ladder.
Hell in the
Oh.
Cell.
Is that what it was? I don't know.
It
It
was
just
wrong.
happened just AEW just 2 days.
Oh yeah,
ago.
against
yeah,
Darby
yeah.
Allin.
Jeff Hardy and Darby Allin.
Yeah.
Dude,
Sweet. Yeah, I used to like.
is he still in the
Matt and Jeff Hardy,
hospital?
right?
Like, is he okay? Do we know?
I hope he's okay.
Oh,
I have
so-
no idea because he looked like he died. So and I'm like, oh, the video's over, and that's it. That's all I cared about for the moment.
Hey, the last time I used to go to TNA wrestling in Orlando back in the day. I don't know if you ever went to that. So they used to do it like in the City Walk right there.
awesome.
One of the studios there, and Jeff Hardy was involved at one point in time. And that was like the only time I had seen him in independent wrestling. It was always pretty cool.
Nice.
My buddy Gene that I interviewed for ROW on my other channel, he used to work there, and he used to like help Mick Foley, Jeff Hardy, like Mr. Anderson. Like he has stories for days with Jeff Hardy, like all those guys, like Kurt Angle. He has stories for days. He goes, talk to this guy. His name is Robbie E. He used to be a wrestler. He has a gym in Orlando, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'll reach out to him. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
The only tie-in I think I have like with movies as far as TNA wrestling goes is Roddy Piper made an appearance. I think it was just a one-night thing, and I was pretty stoked because I love him from They Live, the John Carpenter film. But anyway, we saw him, and usually we'd go out afterward. We'd go to like the ale house, local ale house there, whatever. And my cousin was a big autograph collector and whatever, so I just tagged along with him. And he's like, yeah, a bunch of the wrestlers are staying at the DoubleTree or whatever. So we went over there, and we see a guy just fucking stumbling out front. Literally falls over the trash can almost, and he's got that classic leather jacket and the kilt on. I'm like, that's fucking Roddy Piper right there. Like, we went up and we talked to him. We both got a picture. He put us both in a headlock. One eye was completely closed. The other one was 10% open. He had a lit cigarette in his mouth. And as the person took the picture, he's like, my tag team partner. Also, rest in peace. He's not around anymore. So that was pretty cool, just being a fan of him from the film, here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum, he's great.
I like that the description of him could have just been Kevin Tibbert out back of the Nog.
Shit, next time I'll simplify it. Yeah, it was kind of like Kevin Tibbert at any second of any day. Just basically any time I've ever bumped into him at Tierney Nog, it was that in a nutshell.
Cheers.
I'm out of. I came here to do two things: eat pussy and do cocaine.
And not necessarily in that order.
And I'm all out of cocaine.
I've never seen
God damn it.
That never happens here.
Good stuff. Yeah, my friend. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, there's a guy who used to be a volunteer sheriff, and he stopped coming because he was like, I don't want to bust you guys, so I can't come to your show anymore.
Stop being a fucking narc.
You know, like, stop being a cop, Steve.
Like, you can shut the light off, man. Jesus.
Question for you, Saref. How did you get into this?
Oh, this. Well, Randy, the owner, and I went to Days of the Dead. And we went to the Candyman premiere, like the new one.
Yeah.
And Tony Todd was in attendance and all that jazz. And I'm like, we were on our way back, and I'm like, hey, have you ever thought about having a podcast with nOg, like on an off night?
Uh-huh.
And he was like, why don't you start one? And we'll just he came up with the name Pubcast, and I came up with Pod with the nOg because I wanted to interview other podcasts. And so that's how it all starts. That way we can hook each other up with the press,
Yeah.
and like build each other up.
I respect that.
And that was like
That's
my
awesome.
goal.
Yeah.
So raise awareness for everyone. And now since like I don't know any other podcasts in Daytona, because all my buddies have podcasts in Orlando and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be the kind of epicenter, at least in Florida. You know, it's Orlando.
Yep. So if you have any suggestions for like another podcast,
Beer and Beer podcasts are pretty great. They're doing the Halloween Horror Night. They pretty much just preview Halloween Horror Nights. They display a lot of beers that are local as well. So they're great. Carlos and I forget the other guy's name, but I still like you if you're watching. I'm sorry that I forgot your name.
That's a terrible.
I also have sun poisoning. So I'm a little altered.
Well, if I could splice some DNA into you, it'd help you out a lot.
Listen, I'm gonna puke after this, and it's not gonna be alcohol related. So,
It was a nice weekend, though. It looks like you enjoyed it.
well, it just happened today on a Monday, on a Monday afternoon. So, I'm doing okay. I'm gonna have to work tomorrow. But well, that's great, man. You know, we've been doing live shows too outside of this. We partner up with Cinematique, do a live recording of a podcast and show the movie based on what we kind of talked about.
I miss them. I miss Cinematique.
Those have gone over pretty well overall.
Yeah,
Overall.
the last one we had was Black Christmas, and it was great. I had a great time. It just, I need to get with the people there again to do it at least this summer. I know it's crunch time. I'll actually have to text it probably tomorrow. So
Yeah.
we'll get around to it, of course. And
We had a couple sold out shows.
Big
Big
Lebowski.
Lebowski was huge.
2 days it's sold out.
Wasn't it like 80 people? Or 80
Yeah,
people?
we had
That's
to
a very-
bring it-
You've been in Cinematique, right?
Yeah,
Sarah?
I went to your
It's-
podcast twice, I think.
Yeah.
I didn't stay for the.
Oh yeah.
You went to the
You
Eagle-
participated in the trivia. Didn't you win one of the trivia?
I didn't win.
Okay.
I don't think so, but I remember like winning something, but
No,
but-
you it was gift
Reservoir
card
Dogs.
and was it the Evil Dead one that you went to? as well?
Reservoir Dogs, I think.
Reservoir Dogs. Okay.
Yeah.
And because I remember the Reservoir Dogs shirt that you all were on,
Okay. Yeah.
and then the Black Christmas, but I didn't stay for the movie for the Black Christmas.
Have you seen it?
Not the original.
Well, you missed it. So
I know. I had to go somewhere, but I can't remember.
It's
Also,
okay.
I don't watch horror movies at nighttime anymore. 'Cause
Yeah,
it-
we're leaving, so.
Yeah,
Watch that Black Christmas, so get up, boys.
I'm gonna
Hey,
put
the
this
guy
mic
showed
on.
up. Give him a break. Yeah, I remember I talked to you out front before Black Christmas. You should watch it though. It's really good. One of the best Christmas horror films ever made, if not the best. 1974.
Yeah.
Created the American slasher. It's debatable, but it's essentially the first American slasher in the style that it is now.
Right next
a
to-
lot of POV shots.
Right next to Santa's sleigh, which would be.
I was
That
just
is,
gonna say
Is
that.
that the one with Goldberg?
It is the one Goldberg, and he Goldberg spears someone. No, I don't know. I've never seen it.
Frost.
And Jack Frost, where someone gets fucked to death with a carrot, which is
All right, I was talking like top 5, top 10,
Not
not
just
top.
Shannon Elizabeth.
Top fuck you, Zach.
Gremlins.
Yeah, I remember us talking about that.
Anyway, check it out. Sorry.
Absolutely. And my birthday is 2 days after Christmas, so I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
So I'm trying to share some things here. This show, by the way.
That's great.
So I'm
Yeah.
trying.
No, this is good. This is good. This is good.
Trent, you have a little bit of a film background, I saw.
Yeah, I have just a little bit. I made a short film called the Narcoleptics. It was a 24-hour film festival in my hometown.
Heard it was a snooze fest. Sorry.
It was a horrible movie. I'm not gonna
He's so
lie.
mad about that.
What is going
Boo this
on?
man. Boo this man.
Boo!
We
I
actually
mean,
all
boo!
debated on not inviting you.
Thank you.
Yep. They didn't invite me. I had to show up. So they could not invite me. It just wouldn't work out.
There was only 3 of us, and 2 of us. One voted no. The other voted yes. I half raised my hand, but I wasn't fully decided yet, and they counted that as a vote. If we could recast the votes.
Oh, we got to ask about how he knows Clive Barker.
Oh, that'll be for the next episode for you guys.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
gonna. Yeah, we're gonna.
Okay.
We'll leave the juices.
Yeah,
tight.
Zach, can you shut the fuck up, please?
Somebody
Thank
missed
you.
the meeting.
So,
But yeah, I did a new short film that's 5 minutes long. It's going to be world premiering at Orlando Fringe's Visual Fringe on the 20th at 9 p.m.
tomorrow?
I know it's like 4 days.
Okay.
Send it to us. We'll check it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, it's free to get in too. So it's at the Shakespeare Center, right by the Orlando Science Center.
Oh, okay.
When's it coming out?
It's on the 20th. It's
20th,
going to be
that's
world premiere
Friday.
there.
Friday.
Is
We
it
can talk about it on the show for a couple minutes.
Yeah, yeah,
is
totally.
that another short film?
Yep, another short film.
Cool.
How it explains, the whole Clive thing. I got a gift from him that would later predict my future.
Interesting.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Is it a box?
I wish it was.
Do you?
Like,
The box. You
Uh,
opened it. We came.
Pleasure.
So
What's
first there was
your
a box,
pleasure?
then there was a mirror. Mine was the result of a book, Mr. Be Gone, but we'll talk about that one. And
Yeah, we'll save that.
and we have two guests. If you guys, hey, look, there's 2.
Kevin.
Kevin.
I know. What does Kevin have to say? Hey, Matt, finish the sentence. Dan is a bitch. That's what he is. I know exactly what we're talking about. Bitch. Sorry.
I don't know who Kevin is, but it's Kevin Tibbert.
No, it's
thank
Kevin.
goodness.
It's Kevin. He works for. I'll blast him. He works as a firefighter around the area.
That sounds awesome.
Oh.
He's a good cat. So.
Well, as long as you're a good cat and rescues cats, then you're a good cat.
I'd say fuck that cat. I'm looking.
Do firefighters actually rescue cats?
They sure. I'm not a firefighter.
Kevin!
I don't
Kevin!
Tell us if the cats are rescued.
Kevin, if you're listening, tell us what your job is besides fighting fires. I guess.
No, I want to know about the cats.
What I know.
Specifically-
That's what all you guys want.
Specifically the
I'm
cats.
speaking into the mic. He can hear it.
All you said was
He does, in fact, rescue cats.
Dude,
Damn.
I'm glad you got your answer.
And not just Cat Williams. He rescues all kinds of
You see Cat Williams stuck in a tree. I didn't get on this motherfucking thing.
it's just cat Williams going, I need some Narcan.
Trying to escape the hookers, from being towed.
If Cat Williams getting beat up by middle schoolers and he gets stuck in a tree.
Oh my god, that's
I have a
awesome.
contusion.
So, yeah. Sorry about that.
I am not sorry. That was fun.
So, generally speaking, on our podcast, we never go off the rails like that. We don't
No,
get
not
off
one
topic.
fucking
We are
time.
we are straight and narrow. Like we don't get off topic.
We got yelled at.
We definitely haven't had meetings about it.
We got
Multiple.
yelled
Serious
at. He yelled at us.
Yeah.
He was right, though.
All of a sudden, now I'm an asshole. Like, all of a sudden. I forgot this was your show. It's the Average Joe Mad Show.
Well, I think we all can agree there's a time and place. You got to go off the rails a little bit. You don't just want to totally stay on topic and be robotic and monotonous always during a podcast. You want to go off the rails, but you don't want to look at your watch and be like, damn, we've been talking about like the fucking railway system in California for 30 minutes. Like, nobody wants to listen to this shit.
Mattress top.
One day,
Dude, we
one
went for
day,
3 hours.
one day, Matt says, "Say whatever you want." Next thing you know, he's like, "Stop talking about how the politicians are lizard people."
Okay. As the last time you mentioned them as such. They pay me. It's the only way I do this. So, hey, $20 bill, y'all.
Do you have any questions for us, Mr. Sharath?
Oh yeah, Kevin actually responded. He goes, anything you call 911 for, we're there. Stub toe, we got you. Water leak, we got you. Car in a ditch, we got you. And Corey Taylor is on the back of my laptop, as you can see on the camera. And he is starting a foundation called the Taylor Foundation.
Wow.
And he's raising funds for first responders, military folks with PTSD.
Sorry, you go ahead.
Badass.
Yeah, so I'm at Spookala this weekend, and I talked to him. I'm like, hey, I got 2 festivals. Colorado has a lot of military folks. First responders respond to a lot of things here in Daytona. Like, I would love to help you out with your foundation. And so hopefully we can link up. I wrote down my information on the back of a festival lanyard, so hopefully he sees it.
Oh, so when you talked to him, you were just like, you met him at like a convention?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
It's
How was he?
He's a nice guy. I met him 3 times.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, once.
He's a really knowledgeable horror fan.
He is.
So
Absolutely.
he was on the 80. Yeah, In Search of Darkness, part 2. I think he's has a lot to say on it. But yeah, he's that's awesome. I know it's Mental Illness Month or whatever month it is, May. So
Nice.
you can't just.
Nice, man.
What I'm saying that it's Mental Illness Month, right?
Everything's made up. Go ahead.
All words are made up. So.
That's not made up.
Okay, yeah, well, every day is Mental Illness Month for me. You feel me?
Well, Zach's gonna walk in the ocean, so. Wait, do you have any Coke on you? I'm gonna need that before you end it. So.
That's how. If I didn't have a tan, I do look like a thing of Coke floating in the ocean. If I don't have my clothes on,
Just mistake you for a turtle.
That's why we don't invite you to the beach, dude. All we're gonna find is just your Coca-Cola and your shirt. Yeah, Zach just walked off and into the horizon. He gave up.
I get mistaken for a turtle all the time.
He fucks just like one too. It's weird.
Slow and steady wins the race. That's all I gotta say.
I was gonna say, don't they fuck for like days on end or something? Certain ones.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
It's a very interesting point.
Where are we going with this?
Turtles and fucking.
What movie is that out of?
It's not a movie.
I think
Yeah,
that was
real
part of your stand-up. That was part of your skit, right?
Yep. I get the Ninja Turtles skit, and I say, my name is Monet, because my last name is Nay. That deep cut of French stuff.
Kevin, you have the best laugh.
Thanks, bro.
You really fill the room. I like it.
I like that we have 2 Kevins. One's online commenting and one's right here. So that guy Kevin watching's like, I have the best laugh. How do they know?
Yeah, you walk in and we're like, Kevin, and we're addressing the guy that's listening to the show that's not here. I even got confused for a second. I was like, wait, which Kevin?
Story about Kevin Tibbert. Sorry, Kevin Beaumont, whatever the fuck your last name is.
It's his friend.
Yeah, it's my friend. I call him Kevin, not his last name. So Kevin, back in middle school before he left, I don't think you went to Spruce Creek High School, did you?
For 1 year.
1 year. Okay, so we whatever we walk around, I'd see him and I'd just say, Kevin, and then he'd like, and he'd see me, we face each other, and I'm like, and he'd pull up his arms, turn around, and I double kick him in the back. It could have been anywhere. I was just like, come on! He was like, huh? All right.
Yeah, let's go.
I hope you don't have back problems, do you?
Not from that, though.
Good man.
Yeah.
What was that? Was that spit?
You know, he caught a. That's a gnat. It's not.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. That's good. I did wreck somebody's back because I did that to somebody else.
Yeah, they're not sturdy, man.
That's right.
Yeah, Matt, statute of limitations over. Matt powerbombed a kid and killed him. No,
He's dead now.
No, I thought you killed him with a trident. Matt killed a guy with a trident.
I had a grenade and I just kept screaming.
All right,
Lay low for a while.
what's next?
I'm sorry that you're bored.
All right. I get stressed out when he gets mad.
No, I'm used to it.
Daddy's angry.
I'm used to it. We drive all the time to like comedy shows. So
Nice.
I'm like, meet me at Walmart, and we'll just drive somewhere to like Jacksonville or Orlando.
Awesome.
Yeah, good times were had. Now he's moving again and leaving us.
Where are you going?
Wouldn't I like to know?
You're not going anymore.
I don't know what's happening. Do the show.
Oh,
Zach, tell me about what's going on.
yeah.
I'll be your mic
stand.
stand.
There's a girl
Guys,
in L.A.
No, otherwise I'll come back in 3 months.
Shane's like, I need the mic. That's all he had. Wait, let me get that.
I was a girl. Dude, I was watching 90 Day Fiance the other day. I was like, these people are crazy. And I was like, nope, you did that, you fucking asshole. So anyway, shout out my ex. Good for you. I lost 20 pounds and I'm doing more comedy now. Everything's great. Hey!
Hey. This is not a soapbox, brother.
Yeah, can you shut the fuck up?
We love Zach. We hate Zach.
We did get the best. You did get the best bio in comedy history.
Yeah, you did.
Well, you're one drug addiction short of being the GOAT.
It's just comedy. It's the only addiction I have. I don't know.
You're addicted to it?
Yeah, it's a problem.
Richard Smith just joined in on us.
Oh, Richard!
Matt, you have his support.
Thank you, Richard.
And Kevin loves Corey Taylor. We all do. He did a really cool thing at Spooky Empire for me. I was dressed up as Wu-Man Chu, my alter ego. And I go, hey, Mr. Taylor, how are you? And he goes, what's up, Wu-Tang? And he goes, nothing much. He goes, you ain't nothing with dude. And I'm like, this is so cool. And someone, like 2 people caught on the video and I put it on my YouTube channel.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he told me what his favorite Wu-Tang songs are. So
What's your favorite Wu-Tang song?
Triumph.
Triumph. Ooh.
Yeah, because Inspector Deck's voice, verse without any curse words is the inspiration why I don't say any curse words on stage.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, and Method Man's recent verses. He
Are we
doesn't-
canceled?
No, you guys are. Go ahead, curse all you want. This is me.
Can we just
Protect your neck.
give me the
Protect your neck.
give me
From
the
He let's be clear, his comedy is not clean. He does a joke.
It's definitely
about,
not clean.
No, he does a whole joke about fart and come back on somebody. It has no, just because he doesn't say fuck, he thinks he's clean. It's insane.
So,
Way to call him out like that. Jeez,
He
nobody
knows.
else knows it.
We're
Richard doesn't know it.
well, now he does.
And so does Kevin. He says, "Beyond talented dude, voice of God." I think he's talking about me or Corey Taylor. Either way.
no, he's talking about Wu-Man Chu.
Oh, that works.
What's the origin story on that? Like, who created that? You created that person?
So what happened was I went to the Method Man Red Man Goes Face Killer show at the House of Blues on Sunset Strip.
Nice.
And I went to the first show. I bumped into Cat Williams. At the second show, they gave me a bracelet.
Was he stuck in a tree?
I wish he was.
Sorry.
But he was giving Don Perignon to everyone, throwing dollar bills off it.
Sorry, help me.
But I ended up bringing RZA to the studio, Clive's studio, because I was trying to get them to meet each other and be friends. And
Did they?
nope.
I was gonna say that'd be like such an odd matchup. You know, I'd love to hear the conversation between Clive Barker and RZA.
It'd been legendary for sure. But I just ended up having a 3-hour conversation with RZA. And so I ended up meeting like everyone but Jizza. And I didn't know what I was gonna be for Halloween. And they're like people that were working at Clive was like special effects makeup artists were like, hey, why don't you call yourself Wu Man? I'm like, it sounds too much like a woman. How about Wu Man Chu? And they're like, that was perfect. So I started cutting the logos from like fabric store from the Valley and like cutting it up and like gluing it in like Hell's Kitchen, if you will, like Clive's kitchen in his studio. And I glued it all on and made a mask from this place called the Chit Chat Lounge, which was like a very cool, like Quentin Tarantino-esque, like Kill Bill kind of restaurant vibe, where the bride's killing everyone. That place, it was like those vibes, and I painted these. I had these pants painted with all the Wu-Tang logos. Zach made a shirt for me that says Wu Manchu on it and like comedian on the back, and the media is like lifted, like capitalized, because I'm a journalist,
And a cape.
and a cape too. He did
They all
that.
that?
Sweet.
Yep. And so
Good on you.
he made a new one for me because it's like more aerodynamic, and
When I'm fighting.
I started doing that, and I became Wu Manchu out of that. I'm like, that works, and it has like a couple thousand followers on Twitter that I barely use anymore.
Nice.
And I've had some crazy experiences. I went to saw Sam Hain, Danzig, and Misfits on one show at the Gibson Amphitheater.
When they knocked each other out? No, I'm just kidding.
I wish they did, but they did. But I took Leatherface. I got Andrew Monarski to that show, and he goes, "If anyone messes with you, because you're the only one dressed in Wu-Tang at a Misfits show, I will beat him up." And we ended up partying with like the guys from Typo Negative, Pedal of My Jackass, and Leatherface gives me a weed and he goes, "Smoke this, little boy." I'm like, "All right, I'll smoke weed with you." And so we ran into each other at Spookalla this past week, and I'm like, "Do you remember the show that I took you to?" He goes, "Yes, I remember." And I'm like, "All right." So I'm glad he did. But it was a pretty cool experience. But we actually had some crazy adventures with like Lamb of God and stuff like that, and a bunch of other
The best part of Wu Manchu is that it's just like you and Wu Manchu are just like Clark Kent and Superman in that it's so obviously still you. Like,
He's literally wearing a yellow Wu-Tang beanie right now, which is like it just matches up with the superhero.
but it's funny.
costume.
Because he'll like do his stand up and he'll be like, and then somebody else will go up and then he'll go up as Wu Manchu after, and then.
get an extra 5 minutes in.
Yeah, because he gets an extra setting because he has a character, but he gets it. So first he finishes, he's like, and then you color your face, and then he goes, and then he gets off stage and he comes back and moving it too. And he's like, "Hey guys," it's the exact. His voice is the glasses of Clark Kent. Like it's just,
So you don't even do like the Christian Bale, like
Not at all.
Like, you don't even try to disguise your voice.
no, he's just like, "We're both the same."
I mean, why hide who you really are? You're Wu Manchu deep down. Man. I think there's some potential there. I'd like to see like an adapted comic book series. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Definitely some enamel pin.
Dude, I would love to see him just rip somebody's fucking heart out in a comic book. Just like,
Yeah.
You gotta have the RZA with his iron fists.
Oh yeah, I went to the premiere dressed as Wu Manchu at the ArcLight in Hollywood, and like as soon as I walked downstairs, fully costumed, like they were taking photos of me like left and right, like paparazzi.
That sounds awesome.
And they gave me all these movie posters, like limited edition ones. I'm like, this is nuts.
Oh, that's awesome.
And they're like, we can't have you wear a mask in there because like the Dark Knight thing just happened. And I'm like, cool. But like the guy that was like, I didn't know who he was until someone pointed out to me who he was. It was Dimitri, the guy that's like the producer of Jackass, one of the producers. Yeah. He goes, "Hey, can I get a picture with you?" I was like, "I don't know who you are, dude, but sure."
What?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep. And so Kevin asked, most talented Wu-Tang member, your opinion, and if I can pick, it's probably Method Man.
That's gotta be Ghostface for me, man.
Ghostface, he's a good storyteller.
Yeah.
I'd say Method Man because he's like an actor and he's,
ODB?
I always like ODB.
I love ODB, but most talented would definitely be Jizza because he's an actual professor, which is pretty fucking dope. Well, actually, probably RZA because
I'm not talking about
everything. He said most talented. RZA's like
RZA, yeah, I think RZA's
he
gotta
went
be
to
the guy.
school. That's not talented.
RZA's like no, but he teaches school with Jizza, but RZA's
I can teach school too.
RZA's probably the guy,
Yeah.
but when it comes to just rapping, I gotta say Ghostface.
Yeah, Ghostface for rapping.
Indeed. I have the whole Wu-Tang Clan on my back. With like I cut up a shirt from Beachside Retro that I just performed at like Friday the 13th.
So fucking good.
Yeah, it's
Who is Wu-Tang? Wu-Tang Clan?
but yeah, I got them all on my back.
Oh,
shit, nice.
That is sick. Yeah, show it to the camera. Show it to the camera.
There it is.
Can I get it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I got a question for you.
Yep.
Is Redman an honorary Wu-Tang Clan member?
Technically, yes.
Technically, yes.
Technically, yes.
Technically.
Honorary.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's not one of the official ones, but he's definitely close. Yes.
So I am too.
No.
There are
So there's no law.
I mean, Method Man and Redman are
there are 289 official family, like Wu-Tang family members, right?
Yep,
Something like that?
affiliates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you consider Childish Gambino?
No.
He got the name from their generator.
I've been to Staten Island twice. Do I qualify?
Yes.
I have nipples,
I'd like to
Greg.
think so too.
Can you milk me?
I've never been, but I want to go. I'll go with
Yeah,
Zach sometime when you stand up or something before I retire again in February. Yeah.
I'm not going to Staten Island.
It's not nearly as cool as Manhattan.
No,
Don't get me wrong.
Staten Island is the place where Wu-Tang came from and no longer lives, and then there's just a bunch of racist white people sitting on that and be like, "Why there's so many people not like us?" That's pretty much what Staten Island is if you go there. So.
The only people who live on Staten Island are waiting at the ferry, or on the ferry, or waiting for the ferry to come back to Staten Island. That's basically how.
Get me out of this place.
Oh, we missed Sarah's comment. Richard doesn't know stuff. I'm not going to say the S word. You can.
You don't know shit, Richard.
There you are.
Richard.
And so Richard says, if Wu-Tang Clan got into a fight with each other, who wins?
Jesus Christ,
Oh my God,
Richard.
Raekwon.
Raekwon.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Raekwon's the chef, baby. He'll fucking
Yeah.
chop you up.
Raekwon.
Indeed.
If you bring back ODB from the dead,
Mm.
he's gonna be killed again,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, ODB eats somebody's
like
face.
scrapping.
Yeah.
Yeah, ODB will literally eat your face off. He's out of his fucking mind. One of his fucking nicknames was Old Dirty Chinese Restaurant. You will not fight that dude and win. He's out of his mind.
He has the power of Big Baby Jesus, too. So.
Yep.
But speaking of dead people in Wu-Tang, did you guys watch The Dead Don't Die with RZA and Bill Murray?
He did.
It's
it
a
was
lot
on
of
my
money.
list.
I like Jim Jarmusch. I like a lot of his movies. I liked it.
Indeed. It's
A lot.
lengthy. I have a WPS shirt and beanie, too. So
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite parts in the movie.
it was good. Jim Jarmusch. I wouldn't say it's my favorite of his. I really like. He made a movie called Only Lovers Left Alive. That was a vampire film he made that took place in between Tangier and Detroit. I love that. He made a movie called Down by Law that had Tom Waits. I'm a big Tom Waits fan. I do like it. Oh, I really liked Night on Earth as well. So I wouldn't put it at the top of the list. But it's always cool to see one of his movies. And he's got his movies always have a really dry sense of humor. It reminds me of sort of like a Coen Brothers-esque sort of humor in the script, just super small town dry. But I mean, all-star cast. It was awesome. I like the concept that you could chop the zombie's head off and they weren't dead. They still could speak and everything. I like the soundtrack. It was pretty unique in it. We always talk Adam Driver on the podcast. Like we're all about Adam Driver. I've always been all about Bill Murray. But yeah, it was pretty cool. What did you think of it?
It was really long.
It was long.
He
Yeah.
fucking hated it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, not the best first thing to say about something.
Just
So
I heard that Tom Waits was in it, and I was like, I'm sold. Tom Waits plays some friggin' recluse that lives in the woods and shoots at the cops. I was like, yes, I'm on board.
Best Wu-Tang appearance in a movie has to be Coffee and Cigarettes, though.
Oh, yeah.
Another Jim Jarmusch film.
And also Tom Waits is in that. Also.
It's him and Iggy Pop in the
Yeah.
diner. Yeah.
But there's just a great scene where Bill Murray's working in the diner pretending he's not Bill Murray. They're like, Bill Ghost busting ass Murray. He's like, shut up, I want everybody to know. It's so good. If you've never seen Coffee and Cigarettes, you might not like the whole movie if you're not into art films and stuff, but just fast forward to that scene and you'll enjoy watching RZA and Jizza.
I liked my favorite thing in The Dead Don't Die was Tilda Swinton. She was a samurai sword wielding undertaker that ends up being an alien from another planet. She was so many different. Yeah, she was so many different things in one. That character. And she was Scottish.
I stand
Scottish samurai undertaker alien.
I'm a big fan of Tilda Swinton. She's awesome.
Well, you got to see this because it's like one of her weirdest roles ever.
Dead Don't Die.
Kevin asked, have you seen the Wu-Tang show? It definitely depicts RZA as the mastermind starting it off. I have. I'm all caught up. How about you all? Have you watched the Wu-Tang show?
I haven't seen it.
An American Saga is fantastic. And I watched the Showtime documentary, like a 4-part documentary. It's awesome, too.
I heard it's good.
Yep. I highly recommend it. They talk about the whole Farmer Bro thing and everything, all lot leading up to that. It's pretty dope.
What do you think about the performances, like the actors they use?
The performances for like a lot.
Like the actors that they use. What do you think about their
In the show.
how it's cast?
There's well, RZA has like a really bizarre, like unique voice.
Yeah.
But like everyone else is really on point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know Joey Badass is in that movie.
Mhm. I would recommend it. They're only gonna do
That
one
show.
more season,
Yeah.
so it's like I wonder how that's all gonna play out.
Interesting.
But we'll see what happens.
It's on the
Look
list.
forward.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Glad this turned into the Wu-Tang podcast.
Absolutely. Hopefully we'll have
I
another-
learned. I've actually learned a lot. I'm not fucking with you. It's like, all of a sudden, I didn't know everybody knew so much. So, I mean, obviously this one, but so
So who comes up with the shirt designs for you guys?
Glenn,
Oh, Glenn.
I
Shout out
forget
Glenn.
what's his last name.
Doesn't matter.
Richie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he's,
'cause
he's the heir to the Richie throne in Daytona Beach.
Oh,
yeah, that's
like
right.
Guy Ritchie.
Not
No.
that one.
Oh,
He probably wishes.
Like Richie BMW and stuff.
Yeah,
oh.
car salesman, local.
You know,
A lot of money. Sorry, you have a lot of money.
Can we reel this back? He gets none of it that I know of, but he makes great T-shirts, designs, right?
Yeah, he's designing not these ones, but he designed this one I'm wearing right here. This was for the Big Lebowski.
No.
That one was for Spooky Empire right there. I love everything he did on that one. So he hasn't made a bad design yet. And he actually made the logo. So he's definitely a crucial part in at least
The operation.
yeah, the merch.
Works over at Cinematique.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. They've hosted a couple of our
Five live podcasts.
five, because the Evil Dead, 5 live podcasts. So
Evil Dead.
yeah, very thankful for Cinematique, and Glenn handles a lot of what they show. You know, a lot of their output. Well, you know, he handpicks a lot of it.
Oh, he's really talented. And now I know which Glenn it is now because I go to the Cinematique and watch like foreign films and documentaries all the
That's
time.
all Glenn too, by the way. Anything you see foreign, it's him.
He has
So-
excellent taste for
What
sure.
was the movie we watched that one day where it was like this guy just like turned into like this like monster?
We were just talking about it.
What the hell was that movie
were
called?
the
That was a unique experience.
yeah, that was.
Never seen
I
it.
couldn't. I can't. I wish Glenn was here to.
He would know immediately. What,
Yeah,
what
and
he's
he
talking
probably has his phone on silent. He would.
We should get him next time.
Yeah, we should. So, but yeah, I know which movie you're talking about, and it was different.
He likes some really obscure stuff.
Yeah,
Truly obscure.
I something that a normal casual viewer would just be like, this is dog shit, and he fucking loves it. He absolutely loves it, and he loves every aspect of film, like everything. So
Yeah,
it's,
he's definitely a massive film fan.
Awesome.
I'll be here.
It's like, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say I like Glenn so much that somebody told me he was rude to them, and I said you were probably wrong. I didn't even hear their side of the story. I just said no, he's dope, and they were like, no, he was really rude, and I was like, you're just probably not a good person. So mean. But yeah, really, Glenn's great. Shout out Glenn, you fucking sweet boy.
Heck yeah, Glenn.
Yeah.
Do you have any questions up there?
Oh, he's asking if I seen fucking Moonfall.
Moonfall.
That's a Ronald Emmerich
Oh,
film.
okay.
I have yet to watch that one myself.
He made.
Yeah,
all I
that's-
need to know is that Ron Emmerich made The Patriot and Independence Day, and that's all
Yeah.
I fucking care
The
about.
Patriot has the
He
most
made
hated villain of all time.
He made that Godzilla movie. God, that shit was terrible.
The recent one?
With the
No.
Taco Bell commercials.
Yeah, yeah.
with,
That's our,
that
Matthew
Matt.
Broderick.
Yeah,
Matthew
that-
Broderick and the Velociraptor they called Godzilla.
That's actually your punishment if you hit someone with a car. They make you. They make you.
Can he get hit with another car?
They make you. If you hit someone with a car, they make you do a bad Godzilla movie. Matthew Broderick hit someone with his car in the '80s and then never went to jail. Okay.
Oh. Kevin
Who else
says
did
I need
that?
to hear that that it should have scared twice as well as it did on Rotten Tomatoes. LOL.
I mean, I hear it's one of those just insane disaster movies that he's really good at making. So it's like the moon is falling to Earth, hence Moonfall, and they're trying to stop it. The arrogance of human beings think they can do that, and somehow, and they find some crazy life form that fucks with them. I'm not entirely sure what happens after that because that's all they really show in the trailer, and I haven't seen it yet. Sorry,
Well,
Cal.
how many nukes would it take to blow up the moon?
I don't know.
The Black Moon is pretty nice out there right
Figured it
now.
Oh,
out.
yeah, did you
Yeah, I
guys
saw
know
that
that?
on the way here.
Yeah.
I
It
figured
starts to
out.
fucking rain. Like it fucking rained yesterday.
This is like the worst date I've ever been on. How many nukes would it take to blow up the moon? The moon is nice though. And it rained today, so
What do you think of the weather today? It was, it was it's Daytona Beach. It was nice. It was hot. It was
Wait
kind
for
of
the
hot.
weather.
I mean, it wasn't too hot, but I would call it like the high end of warm,
So just
low end of hot. I wouldn't use the H word.
So just
though.
delete your number.
it-
just delete your number and never speak to me.
Richard says, I can only remember Matthew Broderick from Cable Guy, and 27, my favorite number, is my birth date. I don't know what
That's right.
27 is. Oh, from the movie 27?
What,
the
what
number
year
20.
did that movie come out that you were talking about?
Which one?
What, Moonfall?
Yeah.
Last year.
Last year. I didn't hear anything about that.
Yeah, it's okay. I think it's actually this year. Yeah, it came out in January. Sorry. January.
How the fuck do you know that?
Not a lot of movies came out until recent.
Movie podcast.
And we do a movie
That
podcast.
one's pretty good answer.
Oh, this is about movies?
I thought,
Holy shit, dude.
what the fuck am I doing?
I just thought we went on. We just got sidetracked a lot.
This is called the Average Joe Sidetrack Show. Great.
Yeah, seriously.
The average show, movie show.
Average Joe movie show.
So, but
Oh, man. I've been watching, I just finished Moon Knight. That was a good one.
that show.
Uh-oh.
It deals with mental health, too. Shout out to Corey.
Now he's trapped me in a corner. Yeah, it's great. Talks about the dog. It's great.
Well,
This is how we know Matt hates it. Because he
It's-
takes a deep breath
Yeah,
before he
he's
says, yeah, it's great. Is it?
You think of Falcon the Winter Soldier?
It actually had a really good premise. It was different. It was a very obscure comic book character because they're running out. And
Yeah,
it's
they are.
I'm like, all right, I'm into this. And then it was fucking Godzilla versus a dead bird at the end of it. And I was like, I don't fucking care anymore. Like I liked Oscar Isaac as an actor and as the character of, the
I love Oscar Isaac.
what was this? Stephen Grant, Mark Stevens, and the third guy. I'm not going to give spoilers away. So there's a
You
third
definitely
guy.
watched it.
Yes, I watched the whole thing. I wasn't not going to watch it.
Did you watch the post-end scene, though?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was more violent than I expected. And Richard says, thought this was a Wu-Tang podcast, Wu-Tang forever.
Shut the fuck up, Richard.
I think that's what WTF stands for, right? Wu-Tang forever.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, fantastic. I was like, when we were talking about Richie, like Guy Ritchie and Madonna and BMW and Guy Ritchie, he actually made a short film called Star, starring Madonna in it for like an anthology for BMW cars.
Oh, really?
It's so amazing. You gotta watch it.
Okay, yeah. I'll
Yeah,
definitely
there's like
check it
a
out.
playlist on YouTube, and I used to have the DVD itself. And Clive Owen was a driver in all the movies. John Woo
shit.
has a flick in it, and everything is dope.
I already like it more than the live action Aladdin. So.
Oh, I didn't watch that one.
Well, he made that movie too, so.
Oh,
Yeah, you wouldn't have known. He just plastered his name on it and gave him nothing to work with, probably. Like, yeah, we're gonna make this movie. We're just gonna put your name on it.
did Will
All right,
Smith
give me
like
the-
slap anybody in the movie?
I was gonna ask that.
That's how he comes out of the bottle. You gotta smack it. So
Don't rub it out, just snap
yeah,
it.
can't rub it.
It was a joke.
If you make me come, you get 3 wishes.
or his wife. Then you get 3 wishes, and I won't do anything.
Bang my
about
wife.
If you make Jada come, I get no wishes.
If you make Jada grow her hair back.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Jada's gonna grow her hair back when Bruce Willis gets his voice back. So it's okay.
God damn it.
So that's the perfect time to plug my album called Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll. It's a coming-of-age comedy album, $10 each. It's
Check
the
it
cleanest,
out.
dirtiest comedy album of all time, 100% filth, 0 curse words. Pick one up. I recorded over at Kevin Timbersold's room at a pool hall in South Daytona called Uncle Waldo's, and the hidden
Waldo's.
track
It's old.
is recorded at Dahlia's, so it's no longer there, but in the back room. I talk about everything from my
I
trips
feel
to
like I need a
Florida.
password to get there.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry.
Hold on, finish that. What were we saying?
Oh, my trips to one of my trips to the Glory Hole and to
Which
West.
one? The one in here?
Oh, I wish there was one. It was in West Hollywood off Santa Monica and Sequoia. $21. They're closed now, but it was like when I was living in LA. And also, I talk about my trip to the Bangkok massage parlor. It was just like rush hour 2 all over again.
So if you want to hear a Cambodian boy explain to you his adventures in glory holes,
I was
while
gonna
not,
say,
while
James,
not
what can we
cursing.
do about getting a glory hole and tearing it off? You're like,
James, I'll be here every fucking day. I will save so many cat wounds for trees to be here. There.
Listen,
I just had to add. So I booked Surratt for that show as the headliner, and the whole reason why I booked him, I invited all of my friends that were straight laced and family members. I'm telling mothers, aunts, and everyone, because I wanted Surratt to explain to everybody that I knew what felching was.
In a clean way.
Yeah, in a clean way, and you will hear my ridiculous laugh throughout that entire album. So go buy it.
Go buy it.
It's 30 minutes of juiciness, and it's just fantastic. So pick one up today if you want.
Tell them how to find it. There's no one here.
Oh yeah, well it's you can buy one. There's a bunch of them in here. They're lanyards. You just download it straight to your phone or to your laptop. I gave one to Corey Taylor when I saw
You
him.
can find it online though.
Oh, it's not online either.
Jesus.
I know.
Christ.
I'm old school, but with
Just-
the
Just,
I'm a new age
just
outlaw.
message me on my fucking Facebook and I'll fucking mail it to you.
oh yeah, that too. I have PayPal, Cash App,
There we go.
and Venmo. Just type in my name.
Hell yeah, brother.
it's also the only copies we have are on 8-track.
Pretty
It's
much.
8-track too.
It's 8-track only. So if you have, that's awesome.
Good
Well,
stuff.
Well, is there anything else you want to ask before we switch on?
I think that's it. Also, we'll wrap this one up. Follow, like, subscribe, everything that's Average Joe Movie Show. That's on the bottom in the description box below. You just click on the links; it'll take you to every destination. And support these guys. These guys are amazing.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Hell yeah, we are. I mean, he is.
Awesome. And we'll do a quick intermission, get some more drinks, go to the bathroom, and then you guys can interview me.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus
Definitely.
fuck, there's more of this?
Yeah.
Go say Cat Williams from the tree there, Zach.
I'm fucking drunk.
Yeah.
You're drunk?
Yeah.
You're walking pretty straight to be drunk.
Fuck you.
Thanks to the Nog. Give it up for the nOg Irish Pubcast. Tip James well, and pick up an album in between the intermission and buy some pins from the boys, from the fellas, and
Ragged Cadavers.
Ragged
Yeah,
Cadaver.
that is strictly this guy right here.
Yep.
This
I've
guy.
got my pins from him and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta buy some more.
I don't know who's watching. If you are, stick around. We'll be right back.
Absolutely. After a brief bathroom break and drink break. Later, folks. Take it easy. See you
See
all
ya.
soon.
It ain't gonna be brief.
Ain't gonna be brief and